Haiti borders with the Dominican.
Her name is Serena Buffalino. They call her Mrs. B, and her class always begins with a pledge.
Something local, something global. Haiti.
They're words that carry
Yes.
weight here. Helping yourself means helping others, giving back, here and a world away in Haiti.
And nobody's helping them, except for people like us.
It was through her the class learned of Haiti, of the nearly 1 million orphans, many with no school, no support, no Mrs. B in their lives.
They could not wrap their head around that.
Mrs. B's students are among Toronto's most at risk. Their challenges vary from emotional and behavioral difficulties to learning disabilities. Their trauma so severe they can't function in a regular school setting, and we aren't allowed to show most of their classmates.
For most of the kids, most of society has turned them away. And in this classroom, they're accepted. They're accepted no matter what for who they are.
Take Yolanda. She came here last year so burdened and withdrawn, she would often fall silent, sometimes for days on end. It was, she says, Mrs. B's patience, her quiet encouragement, that saved her.
She actually saves people's lives from dangers.
And perhaps that's why these marginalized kids feel such a kinship with the orphans of Haiti, and why they were moved to act.
And so when Yolanda and Jackie and Patrick said, well, Miss B, we need to build them a school.
Build a school, no easy task. They started out raising money. They sold samosas, washed cars, screened movies, you name it. And in just a few months, this little class raised $20,000. So much, it's not just a one-room schoolhouse they can build, but a full 3-story school. And so Mrs. B set off on a journey she'd dreamed of, up into the dusty mountains above Port-au-Prince to a town called Canaan. It's home to thousands of earthquake refugees who live with no running water, no electricity, and no school, until now. The first step was a temporary school. It's up and running, 53 students already in uniform. The permanent school for 250 is growing from its foundations.
It makes me want to cry because she just makes me feel so awed, and I'm very proud of her.
All of this because of a handful of students back in Canada and Mrs. B, the teacher who believed in them.
These are for you.
At another fundraiser, a special tribute to the students, accepted by someone who, without Mrs. B, might not be here.
They believe in me and I believe in them, and together we not only change our lives, but we change the world around us.
For inspiring great things and seeing the potential in everyone, Serena Buffalino is this week's Everyday Hero.
This is the reason why I do what I do, is because of Yolanda and all
such a perfect song.
I love it. I love it. It just like gears me up to come on with you. I'm like, yay, the BB.
Yeah. So, how are you doing this morning, Miss Barbara Beckley?
I'm doing really well for this. After Valentine's Day?
Day after. A friend of mine sent me a meme. It says, the best thing about Valentine's Day is that I know tomorrow is half-price chocolate.
Oh my God. Okay, it's all about the chocolate and the discounts. That's what it's
half-price chocolate. And it was like, she lives in Denver, and so it was just funny.
That's funny. It's like, yeah, happy Valentine's Day, but I'm waiting for the discount for the chocolate.
Well, when she's single, and me too, and so that's why she said, I went, oh, perfect. So it was just a great little meme. And I think she did it on Instagram as a fancy thing, but it was just funny. It just struck my fancy. So anything that makes me laugh.
Oh yeah. You have to find something to make you laugh.
You gotta find the things that make you laugh.
Yeah.
And today has just been kind of one of those days. So I'm gonna tell first thing this morning, life happens to you. I keep cold water. I have my water bottles, and I keep cold ones, and I just fill it and I'll put it in the refrigerator. Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't ready for the first one that was already in there, so I said, I'll just lie this one down. So I did. Didn't realize the top wasn't on correctly. I'm like, why am I hearing dripping water? Overflowed the bottom of my refrigerator.
No.
Onto the floor. And I was like, oh, well, it's not what we talk about it all the time. It is not what happens to you. It's how you respond. I just went, oh, well.
You know what? Okay, we're going to respond because I always tell people flip it. So when something happens, you flip it to something positive. So I'm going to tell you, Barbara, the reason why, that water bottle, wasn't halfway open and it overflowed, because you're going to have an overflow in your life. That's
exactly
an example of what's going to happen to you.
Exactly. I received that. I like that. One of the things this week, I like to tell about my purpose in life is to serve God, to learn, and then to teach what I learn. If it works for me, I'll tell people. I don't care what I'll tell people what it is, from down to the smallest thing. Well, last Friday I was on a coaching call, and one of the gals was talking about that she wants to really manifest her desired monthly income.
Okay.
And I went, oh, okay, fine. Yeah, well, okay. And how are you going to do that? She says, well, I write it out 50 times a day. I went, okay. So she gave us the phrase, my desired income is, and you fill in the blank.
Okay. I like that.
So, well, then, you know what? And that's the beauty of collaboration. One of the other gals said, oh, yeah, that's why whenever if you do you have a phone that has a lock on it that you have to punch in a number in order to open your phone? And I went, yeah, I do. She said, well, make that number your desired income.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to change mine today.
That's exactly what I did. So, but you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell on myself. I'm slightly lazy. Okay, so I want a 6-figure income, but I didn't want to have a 6-figure passcode. So what I did was I took my desired income, divided it by 52 weeks. So now my passcode is my desired income of that. And so I am writing out, I am earning blank or more every week.
So, okay. So when you divide it up, so your PIN is it 4 digits now or 3?
My PIN is only 4 digits because I've always had a 4-digit code.
Yeah, me too.
And I didn't want to have a 6-digit code because heaven forbid you punch in 2 more numbers. I know, but it's one of those things. It's one I was like, I'm not going to put in. I do not want to have a 6-figure. I don't want to have 6 figures.
Barbara, it's funny how we just, we were like, okay, we want the gifts and the blessings, but we're still to work it out where it still works out, but we want to make sure it's convenient for us too.
It's convenient. You know what? And that's exactly it. That's kind of what I thought we could talk about a little bit this morning, just because Kimberly's coming on.
Yes,
and
Kimberly.
And we'll have to talk about how I said, because I said to her one day, I said, "Well, do you know Barb Beckley?" She said, "Well, of course I do." Well, we'll have to figure out. We'll have to share how.
Wait a minute. Wait, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't think I know Kimberly. I don't think I know her.
From the well, we'll talk about it because
I'm just kidding.
Okay, yes, I thought she knows you.
You want to laugh? I'm trying to do that. Joke went down.
No, yeah, well, it always helps when the other person gets it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I said I had to remember that, Barbara, when I do jokes.
You gotta get it. Well, because I'm such a trusting soul. Well, I just expect you. Yeah. Anyways, but one of the things that a friend of mine and I we were talking about this week was things to do to motivate. Okay. Everybody talks about motivation, but what can you do to motivate? Like yourself or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that so I love to research about things that work. Mm-hmm. And so one of the first things they said was use pain. And I went, use pain?
I know I would have I've been like, what?
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. But anyways, but to use pain. And it can be like physical pain. Like if you're they do that rubber band thing that if you want, you have to remind yourself to do it. You flick the rubber band and it'll just give you a little tingle on your wrist, that stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but one of the things that they talked about is that what damage if you do not do like our thing is to get our voices out there. Mm-hmm. Be transparent and be authentic and help the people that are your tribe. So if we don't put it out there that we're on a mission to make happiness the norm, if we don't put it out there, who is going to be damaged by us not doing that? When happiness in the world is going down in a handbasket. Depression is on the rise, anxiety is on the rise, suicide is on the rise. So what does that mean? That means happiness is going down. Yeah. So if we can make somebody laugh today, so if we don't do what we're doing, that's what you have to, and I went, you know what? That makes sense. So if we don't come on here and talk about happiness, mm-hmm. That's like us condemning people to not be happy right at this moment in present time, we've already left.
So, okay. So I get it. So I'm glad I said, I know she's going somewhere with the pain, because the first one you said use pain, I'm like, okay, I know this is going somewhere, but then
that was my reaction.
I understand that, we don't do what we do as far as putting out that positivity, helping people, put our voice out there, that people are going to deal with pain, like the depression and all that stuff. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And it was like, every time, like for me, anytime I learned something, it's like, oh yeah. Oh, right. And then it spurs you on to find the funniness in the fact that I dumped a whole thing of water in my refrigerator.
It's the overflow that's coming to you.
It was the overflow that is coming to me today.
Yes, there you go. And then when you see, and that's why you were talking about, that's why I see, now I'm thinking about this. This is all connecting now, Barbara. So the water, fell, the water, the overflow that's going to come in your life. Now you're talking about, you got the new thing about understanding about wealth. Yeah. You changed your digits on your phone so you can, reminder saying, look, I'm making 6 digits and up, period. Yeah. Because words are powerful. So
words are powerful.
It's falling in sync for you, lady.
It's falling into sync. So then the next part of it is to, use pleasure. So when you do something that you're supposed to do, mm-hmm. and you're supposed to do it, reward yourself. Mm. And it does, and the thing is that it doesn't have to be something big.
No, don't.
It can be just take a bubble bath.
Oh, that sounds good.
Not my idea of rewarding.
Oh, it's not?
Oh no.
Why you don't like bubble baths?
I don't like bubble baths.
Why? What happened to the bubble bath? What the bubbles do to you?
I don't know. I've always been a shower girl.
Oh, okay.
I like a hot tub.
Oh, that
Oh, I go in a hot tub.
I wanted to add, that's what's the next question I was gonna say, Barbara. I know you like hot tubs.
I love a hot tub, but not a bath.
Is it the bubbles?
You know what? I don't know.
Just sitting in the tub. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what.
I know it's the. I think it's the sitting in the tub. I don't know. I just maybe it's like I feel like I'm sitting in dirty water.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was gonna sell you. It's funny. It's where I feel the same way. That's why I don't like, because when I was younger, I did it because I didn't know, and then after a while, like you said, but I feel like I'm sitting in dirt. And then I'm soaking in dirt.
Well, what would happen with how do we get on these subjects, Miss Barbara?
Because we have to make people laugh.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that I would sit in the bathtub, take a bath, and then I would stand up and take a shower. Like, this is inefficient. This is inefficient.
Well, okay, now we're gonna flip that. See, this is we flip stuff. So you had to soak it out, get all the minerals out first. That's why you had to sit in the bubble bath, and then you took the shower to make sure you were cleansed. There you go. See,
yeah.
Well, I'm on it today.
I'm just gonna skip the getting into the dirty water and just go right.
See, but you had to get the impurities out, Barbara, and then after you did that, you took the shower.
Well, yeah.
Now you just go straight to the shower. You don't have to worry about all that.
I just go straight to the shower.
Well, you're me. See, that's why we get along, because we're the same boat. I like showers more than soaking in.
Exactly. You know, because we want things to be make your life fun. Make your life enjoyable, even if it's something that you don't particularly like to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Like with me, when I have to do housework, my husband, he always, especially in the summer, he always knew when I was doing housework.
Well,
always knew he could hear me doing housework 2 blocks away. He says he would always tell me he could hear it 2 blocks away, because when I am doing housework, the music is blaring. The Beach Boys or the Bee Gees, and it is blaring. But I would have headphones, I would just have, like my little earbuds on or whatever, just so that it would be, because it would be so loud in the house. Because I'm going to tell myself, I want to be efficient. I didn't want to have to change it all. So I didn't want to have to go around and turn on radios. So I would just have it on, and the speakers were all around.
Oh, okay.
And so he had rigged me up speakers in all the rooms.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So it was very nice. But he always knew, because when you're vacuuming, and he would always know when I was vacuuming, because you had to hear the music over the vacuum.
So it was like
so it would be, he would pull in the driveway and he'd say, "Oh yeah, Barb must be vacuuming." Because I would turn it up when I was vacuuming, because I still wanted to hear the music. So yeah,
I like hearing me when I, like you said, when you have to do the housework. I like it because that pushes me, because I really, okay, now you're talking about telling yourself. Okay, I won't tell myself now. It's like a confession morning or something. Let's confess, right?
We'll have to see.
I don't like cleaning. I mean, I love having the house being clean. I just don't like doing it.
Well, exactly. I have scheduled housework that time now.
Oh.
It is scheduled on my calendar.
Okay.
And it says me and my home time. It's scheduled.
It sounds nice, but to me, house cleaning is not like like that. Mine is like me and have to clean time.
Right. See, the thing was, it was all about, last week we talked a little bit about clutter. I had some clutter around and didn't have and just kept saying, "Oh yeah, I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Oh, I'll do that later."
And then
So now I've just said, okay, Barbara, you are scheduling the time to do this. So every Friday now is I take 4 hours and it is my scheduled with me in my house.
me in my house.
And it's like do laundry, clean the bathroom, clutter,
Like how you say it, like
all of that stuff. Well, I always think of cleaning the bathroom as, when you have to kneel down and wipe the floor and stuff. It was like prayer time.
yeah.
It's just perfect prayer time. And you have to,
see, I like how you switch that. That's good.
that is prayer time.
That's good.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's like, Barbara, it is scheduled. It is scheduled on my calendar because I wasn't getting done, and it was starting to bother me.
Well, yeah. So, after a while, when you keep saying over and over again, you're going to get it. And 10 days later, you're still saying,
and days later, it's still sitting there. So schedule. So now I have blocked time. Like we always talk about block time in our business. Like I block time to do my social media. I block time to connect with clients. I block time to send out message requests and that, and birthday messages and all those kinds of things. Why would I not schedule the things that are helping me to enjoy my environment?
Yeah.
Because if I don't do it, it's not going to get done.
It's not going to really.
Unless
you get some extra money and hire somebody to come in and clean it.
Okay. Well, no, I did that for a while when I was working full time and before day, and the kids were little and I was working full time. I would clean the house before the cleaning lady came.
Okay, isn't that like defeating the purpose?
Oh, exactly. Exactly. So what was the point? Because there are certain things that I didn't want them to touch. So now I have scheduled the personal things that I would not want somebody to do for me.
So it's like a pre-clean.
It's a pre-clean.
You're pre-cleaning before the cleaning lady cleans it.
Yes, exactly. It's and it's more not even cleaning is the wrong word. It's the tidying up. Because I'm not always the one to put things away as I use it and finish using it. Mm-hmm. And so, but that I have to admit, since I have been scheduling this me time, I want it to be me time. So now I'm being much more organized about putting things away as I'm using them.
So you can use the me time, not just all, like you said.
That it's not just housework time. It's me time. It's me time to sit and meditate and read or crochet and it has been I've been doing it for 2 weeks now. It is wonderful.
Very proud. That's good, Barbara. I like that because I schedule time on my calendar. That's the only way I get stuff done for myself is I have to schedule. I have to put on a calendar.
Yeah. And plus you and I both have calendars that people can schedule into.
Yeah.
They can make appointments with me on my calendar. So if I don't block it out, and that's what happened. That did happen to me this Friday because I had forgotten to block it out. And then of course a client client booked into that time, and which was fine. And it was great. We had a great conversation. And so it was cool. But it was like, okay, Barbara, so now I've scheduled that time. It automatically gets put on my schedule every week.
I know. If you don't put, like I always tell people, if I don't have it on the schedule, then I'm just lost. And somebody called me, like you said, just like your client called. They said, "Are we supposed to be meeting now, Barbara?" And I'm like, oh my God, because I looked at my calendar on my phone. I'm like, how did I miss that? And they said, "Oh, I just text you." I said, "Oh, no. You can't just text me a date and time. You got to get on the calendar.
You must. If it's not on my calendar,
yeah,
it just absolutely doesn't get done.
That's how you stay organized. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that is where me time comes in. You must schedule me time, and it's not being selfish. It is called self-care.
Self-care and boundaries.
You
have to put the boundaries there, because it helps you and it helps the other person.
Exactly.
It really does. And people be like, no, that's just helping you, Barbara. I said, no, it's helping the other person because it's basically saying, okay, I'm putting boundaries so I can try to make time maybe for you on the day that I can do it. But right now I have to schedule out stuff to make sure that we can get things done.
Right.
But, I mean, that's just a part of
Right.
organization.
Right. And you know, and you and I have talked about it many times, is that you cannot possibly give to someone else what you don't have yourself. So if you are feeling cluttered and not present with yourself, then how can you possibly not be scattered with somebody else? Because you're feeling that within yourself, because you're feeling cluttered.
That is good. Ooh, that's profound, Barbara. So if you, like you said, if you're not doing it yourself, then how others are gonna? That's good. I like that.
Absolutely.
That was a note taker. Yeah. Well, while we're feeling the love right here and feeling ourselves, loving ourselves, and we're gonna love on somebody else right now. And as soon as we do a little promo, and Mrs. Kimberly's coming on, and we're gonna have some conversation with this wonderful queen, as I call all the ladies. But before that, we have to always make sure our sponsors are getting some love. So we're going to show that, and then we'll be right back. Ta-da! Ta-da! I like saying that. I guess, yay!
Hello, Kimberly.
I can't hear her. Oh, no, we can't hear Kimberly. She's on
no.
mute. Yeah. No, can't hear you.
Can't hear you, sweetie.
You're off mute. You're on mute. The mic is not connected. It's saying the mic is not connected on our end. I just love technology, don't you?
We love technology.
Okay, so we're gonna keep rolling because
we love technology when it works, and we love technology when it doesn't.
Let's try this. Is this better?
This is better. Hello there. How are you, Kimberly?
I'm doing fine. I was just sitting here backstage and listening to the comedy show.
That's why it's called the Time to Shine Happiness Show.
What you said, the comedy show? I love it. See, Barbara, we're going to be a household name in a little bit. I'm telling you, it's coming.
I think so, because, when Barbara was talking, I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's with your glasses, and how your personality is evolving, and you're coming into your space there, like you're Sally Jesse.
I used to have a pair of Sally Jesse Raphael glasses.
Oh, you do?
I used to. I used to have a pair. I should get another pair.
Yeah. See, Kimberly's speaking to existence, so we have to, that's that overflow from this morning, Barbara. Remember that overflow.
It's right, that overflow. I know, I couldn't believe it. It was like, why do I? And of course, you're standing there going, why do I hear running water?
Overflow of the 6-digit figures or more.
Oh, it's the overflow of 6 digits or more. Absolutely.
So Kimberly, you welcome back. See, she's like a favorite of ours because we bring her on like what on a quarterly or every 4 months.
Yeah.
We just love you so much. We just bring you back. We just
Well,
keep
it's so
bringing you.
fun. It's so fun to be here. And you two are just fabulous. Talk about queens, right? You know, talk about queens. So why not have another queen in the house, right?
Hey, all queens are welcome.
And to think that we know each other outside of this, and it was just the funniest thing, because when I don't remember when it was, I said, well, do you know Barbara Beckley? Do you know Barbara Beckley? And she was like, well, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we were all part of the same networking group. And so that was surprising when you said, do I know Barbara? Because I'm like, I met her at the same networking group you were part of. So it's crazy.
But you know what? How you don't put the little blocks together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, and then it was like, oh, right.
Yeah, and then it's funny. She came in. She said, "Barbara, we're going to have Kimberly on our show. That's the first time you came on." You said, "I think you know her, right?" I said, "Yeah, of course I know Kimberly." I know Barbara's like, "Okay, I didn't know."
Yeah. But at least we can laugh about it.
Oh yeah,
that's
how it goes.
I'm still
It has
thinking
been
about
years.
the chocolate. I'm still thinking about the half-price chocolate.
Real, see,
that's it. Yeah, that was what my girlfriend. She sent me the meme. I laughed so hard because she's single, and so it was like she said, "Oh
single,
yeah,
married."
Yeah, but
I want the chocolate. I don't care what it is. I get it half off. I keep forgetting that they do that after Valentine's Day. That they do price because they're trying to get rid of it, right? Is that why they do that?
And one of the guys that lives here in my town, he works for, what's the name of it? But it's the candy factory here in DeKalb.
Oh.
And every once in a while, he brings in stuff.
Oh.
And we're like, oh, thanks, John. So go to the local restaurant, and he just all of a sudden this stuff shows up, and it's like, oh, John must have been in.
Well, that's nice of him that he treats. Yeah,
every once in a while, just
know people in certain places. The candy place.
I used to work with a gal. Oh, this is like 20 some odd years ago, and she used to work for at the Mars Bars candy factory. You always knew when she was coming around because she smelled like candy. And it was just, and depending on what candy she was making, that's what she smelled like. And it was just, oh, come here. And we would, especially if we were on a diet, because of course you're at that age and you're on a diet forever. And she would come around. It's like, oh yeah, let's smell you. The smell of candy. Oh, brother. Yeah.
That's the temptation of it, though.
But it was the temptation of it.
Like,
but one of the things that she did say was, she said, oh, I hardly ever eat candy.
Well, you know what? I found out people that work there in restaurants or candy or whatever, they can't eat what they're working around because they're around it all the time.
Yeah, because they're around it, always around it. Well, that's like a friend of mine is a chef. And he cooks all the time, but he doesn't eat. He'll sit down and eat a meal, but to him, it's like, he's a chef.
And then when you think about it, with the process, they got to keep tasting. By the time you taste, it's like, okay, I had my meal because I've been tasting through this whole process. Now I'm not even hungry.
Well, yeah, and I have to tell you, my brother-in-law, love him dearly. He always loved to come shopping with us, especially on Saturday, because what do they do? Most back in the day, I think they still do. They gave out samples, so that was lunch. He would go around to everywhere that had a sample, and he would try everything that they were offering.
I'm laughing because when I was younger, they used to do more of those samples, and I used to go with my dad to the grocery store, and sometimes we wouldn't eat. We would go early in the morning to get the rush and everything.
Right.
So I said, Dad, I'm hungry. He's like, that's okay. You're gonna be eating in a minute. And then soon we walk in there. Hi, you want to try cheese? Hi, you want to try sausage? Hi, you want to try this? By the time we walked around the whole store, I ate a whole sandwich, and then the cookies at the end.
Why not?
He said, "You're so hungry." I'm like, "No, I'm good."
And lots of times I have to admit I would buy whatever it was that they were. I was like, oh yeah, that's really good because it's so nice because I'm not the greatest one for trying new things. Like out in a restaurant, it's like I love to go out with girlfriends, just because it's like we would all order something different, and then we would all try each other's. Because that's how you get to know whether you like something or not.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to order something that I've never tried before, because if I don't like it, it's a waste.
Do you feel that way? I feel the same way. Kimberly, you feel that way sometimes? It's like if you order something different, especially if you're hungry.
If you're hungry.
I don't want to try nothing at that time, because if I don't like it, I'm going to be hungry. I'll be like, really?
I can't eat it. And I can't eat it. So it's like, so we would do that. We do that. We'll go out and we'll all order something different, and then we'll let that we like, and then we'll try, especially like Chinese food. We'll try all sorts of things because some of the things are just too spicy for me. And I'm going to tell on Outback.
See, she's telling everybody to take care of
it. Today's the day. I'm on a roll here. The other day, my girlfriend and I went to Outback, and we always loved their bloomin' onion. Well, they must have gotten a new recipe, because it was like, I'm not a big spice girl. So it was like the two of us sat there and went, this is really spicy. But I like to dip in ranch dressing. So it was like, oh, could you bring us some extra ranch dressing? Would you believe the ranch dressing was a spicy ranch?
Okay, Kimberly.
That's interesting, because I usually take my boys to Chili's. And so we went to Chili's one night, and it was recent, right? And with all the supply chain and everything that's going on, we just kind of have to roll with it. So the only thing he likes at Chili's, really honestly, is their chili.
Right.
So his chili comes and he looks at it and he goes, Mom, look at this. And I looked at it and I'm like, it was like a bowl of hamburger meat. And I said to the waitress, I said, no, excuse me, pardon me. Do you think that maybe he could get a new bowl of chili? Because his is like, maybe it was the bottom and the cook just wanted to use the rest of it. So could we possibly get like a fresh bowl? And she goes, no, that's the recipe now.
Wow.
Can't do nothing about it. Wow. So yeah, I think there's things like the onion, and there's things like the chili and things like that. It's just like you have to find something else you like, or you just have to move on from the restaurant.
Move on to a different restaurant.
Wow, they're losing people.
But what we ended up
a bowl of hamburger meat. It was hamburger meat in the bottom of a bowl, and he's like, it just wasn't even chili. Like, I could see that. Like, I said, well, I guess he's not hungry. He's not going to, eat it. But yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of those kinds of things, but
yeah.
And it's becoming a joke. It's like, oh, well, the like, like at our little local restaurant, we couldn't get strawberry jam for the longest time. It's like, strawberry jam, seriously? Couldn't get it. But anyways, it was like, then it became the joke. Well, it must be sitting on one of the ships that are out in the Pacific that they're not letting to come in, and just like, anyways, our political statement of the day here.
Going right from there, we're going to let Kimberly express what she does.
What you do, exactly.
Like that.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about chocolate and bubble wrap and onions and chili.
I know. It's like, okay, let's get away from the food for just 1 minute.
Ellie Jessie. I don't know if I can make so many shifts in my brain.
Listen, we just go on it's like we go down rabbit holes.
Yeah, we go on a trip. take a travel trip every Tuesday. We do.
Oh my
But we laugh. We do laugh a lot.
We do have fun. We do,
You know, and that's the spirit of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just trying to collect my thoughts. I'm still thinking about the chocolate. But you know what? I was in Walgreens yesterday and they have none. There's nothing.
Really.
Nothing. So I think that the days of abundance where there was bags and bags of it on the shelf.
Yeah.
There's a couple boxes, and I think it was the same with Jewel too. They had 4 items left yesterday afternoon. That was about it. And so we may even be having to say goodbye to half-price chocolate.
Oh wow. Well, see, Barbara, don't cry. It's gonna be okay. Don't do that. Kimberly, don't say that.
Oh no.
You gotta keep that to the side. You love
That's all right, Barbara. I'll send you a song. I'll send you a little song. Anyway, so me. Well, it's so great to be here with you ladies today. And it's been so much fun laughing with you, laughing backstage, laughing here with you on stage. So my name is Kimberly Lechnick, and I am a relationship growth strategist. And basically what that means is I love personal and business relationships. And my most current project is Faith Rising, Feel the Fire. And boy, are we starting to feel the fire. It's getting hot in here. I think we need to play some tunes, you know.
here.
But yeah, boy, are we feeling the fire. And basically what we are doing is we are highlighting that social entrepreneur. And I love the story, Barbara, at the beginning of your show about Mrs. B and about really healing humanity. Because really, honestly, you, me, you know, to Barbara squared and Kimberly here, you know, that's why we're here. You know, all your listeners, wherever they're tuning in from, that is exactly why we are here. You know, and it took me a while actually to put some of the pieces together, right? It took me a while to put some of the pieces together, but that's absolutely, you know, why I'm here. You know, God's saying to me, you know, and it could be spirit, it could be love, it could be, you know, whatever takes you to your purpose. But he said, you know, your motivation, your inspiration, this is what I'm using you for, you know, so tune into it, lean into this. And so I've been on the potter's wheel for a while, listening impatiently as you saw me spinning around on my chair at backstage. Sometimes I can't sit still, but I've been leaning into it, and boy, the fire, I'm telling you, we're igniting it. We are igniting it. We have entrepreneurs from all over the globe. All over the globe. We're collecting everyone. And so if any of your listeners, you know, if you are a social entrepreneur, what does that mean? You know, the social entrepreneur basically means is you found a problem on our planet and you want to solve it. How are you solving it? You're solving it through your 501c3. You're solving it because you've created a project and you have a product or product that you're selling. But just lean in because buckle up your seatbelt. We're in for the ride of our lives.
Well, you know, I was going to just say before, if no Barbara have a comment after this, I was going to say, Kimberly, I love how you created this platform for social entrepreneurs so people know what they're doing and maybe they want to help or be a part of it. So that's why I always tell people it has to be awareness happening. So you're doing a wonderful example of that, to put that out there so people know who these people are, that they're like angels that we don't even know, hidden angels that are running around doing things, you know, to help the, you know, like you said, pain points or challenge or whatever that's going on. So thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
Absolutely. We've got, a terrific lineup. Ladies that are focused on healing and healing domestic abuse. We've got sustainability for our planet. We've got farming. We've got, the list goes on and on. And our shows keep on filling up. So very exciting. Can I have to say this. When I really leaned into it, because here, and Barbara, because I came to the group, I really honestly, when I started that network or attending that networking group, I thought I was just going to coach a few people. Like that's what I was going to do.
Exactly.
But it's like God kept on whispering to me, and he's like, all right, honey, I sometimes have to crack your head open. So he's banging me against the wall, to get me to try and pay attention. And finally, I'm like, all right, I get it. I'm a little slow, but I get it. And now that I'm leaned into it, my heart is really honestly in full expansion as we get this done.
Yeah.
Well, if we have a bunch of Mrs. B's and Mr. B's or whatever around the planet, that we are inspiring children around the world to want to get involved. Oh my God!
The hunger, everything, all the things that are, that we're dealing with would be so much better than what it is.
Oh my gosh. We wouldn't have to go down in our cities, for instance, and see human beings, humans that were created just like you and I, all over the ground.
So
right?
sad. Yeah.
We wouldn't have to see that. We wouldn't have to see our communities removing park benches. We wouldn't have to see people hungry. We just wouldn't have to do it. But hey, we're on our way. We are on our way. Woo!
And it's right. And has more of us band together. And one of the things that I heard, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, is the Dalai Lama. He's a YouTube. He said that the world is going to be saved by the Western woman. It's going to be us that women are banding together, and there has to be a leadership. And so it was like, it's going to be the women that are going to bring it together.
We're queens.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who you work with. It doesn't matter who you work with.
There you go, Barbara. There we go.
Every age group.
Love it.
Every age group. Because Kimberly, aren't you finding that you're getting every age group?
Oh, a social entrepreneur can be anyone, like I said, and
your child.
So the focus of the show is to really even inspire our children. What would that look like? What would that look like if we were sitting in our homes, and if we turned on that thing we call the television, that we weren't hearing about all of the pain, but we were hearing about how we were healing. Let's heal. Let's make a commitment. Let's heal today. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do it. The time is now. We have ripped off that Band-Aid. Let's do it now. There's no better time.
Right. That's why our show is called The Time to Shine. It is your time to shine.
Yeah.
You're going to get this done.
Yeah. Let's get this party started.
It already started. One thing I like about Kimberly, and I don't know if you still do it, Kimberly, in the mornings I used to see you on the show where there was an entrepreneur when you were in that part, and you would say, okay, we're gonna be dancing, we're just gonna just, and you just be going, and you just be like, and had that music going. I said, hey. All of a sudden I feel myself just dancing around the house. I like that. comfortably. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling
Exactly.
you, it's a great way to wake yourself up, right? And change your state. I know, Barbara, you were talking a lot about manifestation and attraction, and all of that is so important. But one of the things that you can do, especially if you find yourself in a slump, is just to move your
Exactly.
move your body. And I know you had the time to move movement, but if movement is walking, if movement is, dancing, if it's just sitting in a chair and moving your legs because you're not mobile, it can be anything, but moving your body and getting those chemicals, in your body firing, getting those.
It releases the endorphins.
Yes.
I do the twist.
Oh, I
I
like
put on
it.
Chubby Checker and do the twist.
Let's twist like we did last summer.
Exactly.
I like
Come
that.
on, baby. Let's do the twist. I mean, and because you can do it in your chair. Like I can do it. I can still do it in my
I'm doing it
chair
right now.
Yeah, it's a good hula, and the twists are very good for the waist and for the
Or
tummy.
for your core.
Oh, I got to do that twist all the time. Then let me
Yeah.
do your core.
You and me both.
Yeah. I just keep doing the twist over and over and over again right now.
And one of the things, let's talk exercise for a second. But it's not exercise. Kimberly is totally right. It is movement.
Yeah.
And for those of us that set a timer for every 45 minutes, an hour tops, and get up and do the twist for 2 minutes.
Yes. That's why I wear this thing. That's why I wear it. It's my accountability. I look at it and I say, how many steps did I do today? Okay, I need to be better tomorrow, and I need to make sure that I'm moving. I need to make sure I'm moving. Does it mean that for business, I need to make more phone calls than Zoom calls? It might be. It might be that I need to hop on the phone so I can go take a walk, or I can go do that. But, that's why I wear this, because it's been so helpful. It's been so helpful. Just saying, all right, I'm accountable to myself.
Right. It beeps at me and tells me to stand up.
Yeah.
What? Wait, say that again.
It beeps at me and tells me to stand up.
I love it. I love it.
Because I have my little thing that I set every hour, because I know Barbara told me that a long time ago. So it goes, and it's loud too. I made sure it was loud to say, okay.
Oh, what is that? Is that an actual timer, Barbara?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because I use it for speaking too. So you can set it. Yeah, you can set it that you want to do, and then it's a countdown. And it's funny because then at the end it goes beep 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 beep. When I first heard, I was like, this is so annoying. But then I'm like, I need that annoying so to remind me to get your butt up.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just cringe when I hear people that say, especially a little bit older people, that they're going to go home and sit down and watch TV. Well, okay, but make sure, it's okay to watch TV, but stand up.
Yeah. Ride your bike, ride your exercise bike, or jog, or stretch.
Or just stand up and stretch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So important.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Because if you don't, you feel it. I mean, I had a day where I was sitting all day on the computer. When I got out, I was like,
oops, that's too long.
What's going on? Yeah, so I said, nope, I gotta keep moving.
That's so funny, Barbara. I was hearing you talk about your time with your home.
Yes.
And it reminded me of something that Sensei said to my son at one of his tournaments. Well, he actually said it to the group. And he was actually talking to the parents before. And he said, something as simple as washing the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Something as simple as washing the dish can be exercise for the fingers.
Yes.
An exercise for the hand. And instead of, we talk about mindset all the time, right? So we think about like, house cleaning. I don't really, it doesn't flip my lid either. It doesn't toot my horn. But when you change that mindset, right? Like, oh my God, I'm giving exercise to my hand. Or you know what? I didn't get my meditation in today, so
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and wash these dishes. And wow, I'm really loving myself while I'm loving my home. It just made me think of that.
Exactly.
I like how you put that together, because you're right. Because sometimes when I go wash it, just like, if I'm sitting on my computer for a minute, and I do get up every, like you said, 45 minutes, and I said I go wash the dishes, and I start meditating on things or thinking about some things and getting away. So I like how you put that together, because I think that helps get through two things. First, you get in your mind and you're meditating on things that are positive, and you get the dishes washed. So
Yes, and it's a win-win, right? And then your mindset is different. So might start with the dishes, but like Barbara said, then it gravitates to blocking out her time on her calendar, and then she's cleaning the house for 4 hours, and so she's feeling really productive. So I think that even speaks to any goal, right? That we're doing,
Right. Yeah, it's not just I use that same thing to do other things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one step at a time, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, real quickly, Kim, because I know with time right here, because I know you mentioned you're a relationship. Are you relationship?
Yeah. Relationship growth strategist. So basically, my full-time focus right now is the show. I'm really leaning into where God's leading me, and so that is my full-time thing. But I am also coaching. I'm still coaching. Not in a group format, but individually. So basically, it can be anything relationship oriented, and really everything in our life is really about relationships. So if someone is interested and kind of scheduling some time with me, that would be fantastic. I would love to talk to them. But more importantly, God's work here is that if you are on Instagram, and we would love a follow. We would love a follow. If, like Barbara Beckley just said just a second ago about, we're collecting social entrepreneurs. We're also collecting people who really, really, this really resonates with them. We have a Facebook group, Faith Rising, Feel the Fire. We want you in it. There's so many things that are going to be happening. Today, there are so many things that are happening. So we would love for you to jump in our Facebook group and find out how you too can get involved. So you may not have a 501c3, you may not have a project, but you may say, I have a heart to heal this planet. We want you. We want you to be in that group because we are better together. We are not meant to live in isolation. We are meant to live in community. And boy, our community is growing. Feel that fire. I'm telling you, this is so exciting.
I love it. I love when people's passions just overflow, just like it's overflowing with Barbara too with the water. But now going back to you real quick, I want to remind her of that. With the Instagram, what's the name of the Instagram account again?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Faith Rise Fire. Faith Rise Fire.
All right.
And there's some really exciting things with the shows that are going to be rolling out. And we would absolutely love for you to join our journey. Jump in, and like I said, buckle up that seatbelt and come on this ride with us. This is so exciting.
Yeah. And and that's one of the things for me. This is the last thing I'm going to say. All of the stuff that we've been going on for the last 2 years, that we've been going through for the last 2 years, this is going to be the explosion after all of the stuff.
It's a need. It's a need. You're right.
We are healing. So if your audience, if there's anyone in your audience right now that is feeling that pain, right? You were talking about motivation and pain. We all have it, right? We all absolutely have it. But if you are feeling pain, this is a terrific way to turn your pain into your purpose.
Yes.
Your pain into your purpose. And you can do that today. And you can just take one tiny baby step, and everything is going to turn around for you. I promise you that. But you have to take that baby step. And we're here for you.
Right.
Starting your day off with happiness.
Yes. Well, I just want to add this too. I'm gonna be like, Barbara, this is my last take. But just to tell people out there too what Kimberly's doing. If you don't have a
501c3.
Or if you don't have a project, you just like, okay, I want to be a part of it, but I don't want to start it, because some people like, I want to help the team, but I don't want to be like the leader of the team. Yes. This is a good way to come into the Facebook group, come into the Instagram account, and see the people, and you're in need. They need you. So you might see somebody that's doing something that you love and want to do and just be a part of the team. So I just want to remind people of that, because some people are like, well, I'm not leading anything, so maybe I don't want to give that excuse to anybody. On excuses. Everybody, we need help. People need a team. People need a community. Yeah.
We need a team. We need a team. And think about those times. One of the, if I could, one of the most instrumental times for me in my life, one of them, was when I was a young girl and I was so drowning in my shit. I was drowning in my shit, and I had broken down. I was around 15. I broke down and I said, hey, look, I knew there was a God up there. Hey, God, what's up with this? This is what I'm saying. Faith is rising, and I can share so many other moments, right? Where, I fell unconscious and just kind of slipped into my old programming and had to be shaken up, but this particular instance of being just so soaked in your shit, but then realizing when I woke up that next morning and went to school and saw my home ec teacher, and she said to me, hey, look, we've got an opportunity for you. I am telling you, that is powerful. That's the most powerful thing that you can do in your life today. It doesn't matter if you're an adult and it's all about your bills, or it's all about COVID, or it's all about whatever is happening with you. If you just take a look and put your eyes on the outside, look out the window, expand your vision, I'm telling you, that is where it's at. So I
change the world.
Yes. Woo!
So we're going to change the world, and I'm going to ask Barbara, any new things coming up with you before we basically say goodbye for today?
I am, I do have an event. If anybody, I don't say it's Tuesday, Thursday, we're having a special event to teach people how to look at earning income differently. And so if anybody wants to know about that, how to fund a retirement in 3 years rather than 30.
Oh,
so that's going to be on Thursday night at 7:00. So if anybody wants the link, just reach out to me.
Reach out to Barbara. Let's just say that money earlier than having to,
Exactly.
I don't even know I have 30 years, but that's 30 years.
Exactly. I'm a midlife mentor. People I work with are at midlife. It's like, ooh, brother, I got to get my together here.
It's like 30 years. I don't think I'll be.
Don't have 30 years.
All right, Barbara. You know what? Things have changed. Yes, you will. And
I know. Well, I'm going to live to be 150.
Yeah. You know what? There's a thing called parts, right? We could be made of different parts.
Yeah.
And now they have that 3D organs.
Yes.
3D organs.
You know what? You're talking about living to 150. You might live to 300 the way these getting parts, like Kimberly said.
Well, they're saying in the next 13 or 14 years, they're going to double the expectancy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, more people that are older are living longer.
As long as we're taking care of the parts that we have.
Well,
let's take care of the parts that we have.
That's it. You got to take before they start adding parts. Take care of the ones.
Take care of the ones you've got, because otherwise, the new ones, you can't put new wine in old wineskins.
I love that. Yeah,
I like that.
I love that. But this is our vessel, right?
This is our vessel.
This is our vessel. We have to take care of it.
Take care of it.
And do the little twist and dance. Come on, do that dance, Barbara. Okay.
All right, ladies, we are way over time.
So thank you so much, Kimberly, for coming on. We will see everybody next Tuesday with another wonderful queen. And thank you so much for just being the wonderful part of our day. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Okay, bye-bye.